How is everybody doing? I don't need this in right now. As long as the music's not too loud in the background, I don't even know. But welcome to Warrior Health Podcast. For what it is and what it's going to be, I don't know. What topics we have, I don't fucking know. But it's probably going to be pretty real. It's probably going to be pretty spot on for how everybody's feeling, especially me for tonight. It's been a Monday of extremely bad news on multiple levels, not just with myself, but finding out from other people. So my heart goes out to those people that are going through that kind of stuff as well. I'm gonna start off. I'm gonna say this in the beginning, right? This is going to be addressing all of our podcasts that Daryl and I do. So when we get on here and we do these podcasts and people are messaging us and, messenger stuff and text messages or whatever, we aren't going to get to everybody. When we have people that are on, we're not going to get to all those comments either. If I don't get to somebody in the comments or if it's overlooked, I'm not picking and choosing the ones. I would love to be able to go through every single one. And sometimes we go through a couple comments and it sounds like people are having a great time talking amongst themselves. And I love it. I think that's exactly what this should be for, right? Those separate conversations that are in there. You're watching the show. It gives you a topic. Next thing you know, you're talking about it, right? But I do know that some people in here are also, they understand that like, hey, it's hard doing this. Like I don't understand any of this. I have no idea. I haven't been doing it but a couple of months, trying to learn a program, being 46 years old and not having the ability to pick it up the same way I did when I was a kid, when things were just coming out, right? And so I try to get to the comments. I try to get to people's questions and things like that. I do tell people, hey, please message me. Please let me know, this and that. And then I'll look over. Then I'll see a bunch of messages. I get a little overwhelmed by that because then I have this feeling of like, what is it? What is that? The FOMO, the fear of missing out. I have like whatever the acronym is for like the fear of being left out or the feeling of leaving somebody out. I'm going to make that up. Somebody do the acronyms on both those. The fear of being left out and the fear of leaving someone out, because I want people to be a part of this as much as possible, but I also don't want people to feel as if they're being excluded by any means. So I want to address that. And again, trying to work on the apology thing. I'm not going to say sorry for that. I'm going to explain the reason why. It's hard. And I'm struggling with that, right? Trying to do that. I have that fear of, I missed out on all kinds of stuff. I have the fear of being left out as something that you are truly a part of. And maybe that goes along the lines of not being called for being a part of your family's Christmas, Thanksgivings, events, right? Life, friends. People leave you out of things. Sometimes it's inadvertently, and I don't know what's worse. If somebody leaves you out because they don't want you there, or somebody leaves you out because they forgot about you, right? And so it's a struggle trying to go through those things. On a side note, I don't ever want anybody to feel like that when it comes to the podcast. And I want people to know that I'm here. I don't know why my camera is so high. I think my kids are maybe playing with it. Anyway, screw it. Fuck it. I look taller than I usually am. I'm usually lower. I do have comments. I should probably skip up to that. I did put at the bottom of the screen, September 10th, I believe, was the beginning, or maybe it's the whole month of September of like suicide awareness. It's been coming up a lot lately in my feed. It's been coming up a lot in conversations. It's been coming up a lot even on our No Fucking Filter podcast. So I want to be able to put that down there. I am by no means a professional and by no means somebody that anybody should feel like if they reach out to, I am gonna like save the day. If you're being chased by somebody, I could probably grab that person and throw them. But other than that, if it comes to things like suicide and crisis help for things like that, I mean, that's probably like leave it to the professionals. if you just need to have somebody to talk to, reach out to me. I got no problem with that. I got no problem supporting people. I can't fix the problems for you, but I can hear you out. I can listen to it. That doesn't stress me out. That doesn't cause any problems, right? Ari, you said working on some homework and listening. Thank you so much. Jay Ryan, thank you for coming in. Thank you. Love you, brother. Hey, not tomorrow, sorry. Wednesday at 6:00, I will be I brought this over here specifically to promote it before, but since Jay's on here now, we will be doing a little Explorers. And yes, I know some people ask me too. They go, "Is that really the movie in there?" And I was like, "Yes, it is." Look at that. Classic old school style right there. But we will be going over the Explorers, talking about it, rating it ourselves, diving deeper, maybe the ins and outs of why they fucked up the ending so much. No spoilers. I don't want to spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen it, but if you haven't seen it, please watch the Explorers and then join us on Wednesday. We'll be blasting it out there, and we'll try to see how many people we can bring in and talk about it, and we'll get the chat going. It'll be fun. I think it will have a great time. And Brandon and Jay are awesome. So when you guys get a chance, you're gonna get 3 people that just love the movies, love the industry, love all that kind of stuff, especially 80s nostalgia, right? What is up, Trace? How you doing, brother? Brooke, hearts. Look at that. It's a good heart right there. Look at that heart. Boom. That's a big heart. It's got big hands. I appreciate you too. Thank you so much. I watched the Explorers again last night. Nice. Got to brush up on it. So I did that with my daughter. I'll probably end up watching it again just because, we were kind of talking through it and stuff like that. So the rating on this isn't the best. I want to say it's a 6.5-ish, 6.5 to 7, depending on what you're looking at. She gave it a 7.2, basing that on other 80s movies she's seen, but also not taking it past the 80s, not taking it past the idea that you can judge a Harry Potter next to an Explorers. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, there's things that are out there that are better, CGIs and all that good stuff, right? I appreciate everybody coming on here. I know that I shared some links and things like that. So right now I am live on Instagram. So if you literally go on Instagram at Dustin-Mario-Johnson, and then YouTube, which is fan-cast-DMJ, which honestly, oh yeah, I forgot. Since I'm on YouTube, I can actually, hold on, watch this. I couldn't never do this before, but now I can actually do it because I do it through my perfect. I do it through my again, I don't know why I start typing and I stop talking, or I start talking and I stop typing. I can't do that at the same time, I guess. So I'll just finish typing. Oh shit, until you fuck up on the typing, right? There we go. So basically on YouTube, if you go to, I put it up in the chat, if you go to fan-cast-DMJ, I couldn't put fan cast and I couldn't put like letters and or numbers and things afterwards. They kept saying I couldn't use it. And so then I just did my initials and it went through. So if you could subscribe to that would be awesome. We're trying to get 1,000 subscribers. So Daryl and I have the Fancast YouTube, and then we also have the Fancast Facebook page. Once we can get those more active, more subscribers, it'll help out with being able to do more. And especially with the fan page, we have to wait. I think it's like 2 months, but we have I think it's only like 6 weeks left or something like that. Thank you, Roger. Thank you. I appreciate that, bud. Just you guys being a part of this cheers me up, man. Just you guys coming in here and talking to me. I mean, if you really want to cheer me up, keep the comments active. I mean, I know I don't get to them all the time when we have a big group on here, but when it's just me, it's what I got. I got the chat, right? If you guys are in here now, just share it. If you guys are watching me on, you can watch me on YouTube and Instagram and this, but that's all it is. I just want you guys to be a part of this and have fun. It feels good to be able to talk to people that respond and not just talk at a screen, right? Thank you, Roger. Love you, brother. By the way, No, I don't even want to talk to you about whether or not you got the stuff or not, because it's probably still sitting in the docks in the UK. Roger got some stuff from me, and friggin' it's been a headache trying to send it to the UK for some reason. But itchy. Had to wear this shirt, right? It's where do we got? What doesn't kill me better start fucking running. So I don't know. Felt like that was appropriate for tonight right now. I'm gonna talk about one thing that I've been trying to work on that I think a lot of people have reached out to me to tell me to stop doing, that it's hard to do. And I'm not going to blame it on my past. I'm not going to blame it on relationships. I'm not going to blame it on trauma or being triggered. But I apologize for stuff. And I want people to know that when I do it, it isn't just a habit that I'm doing it because it's like, well, I'm just going to say it because I'm used to it. Like, I have a problem with saying it because I truly do mean it. And I don't need to. Like, I don't have to be sorry for something that I do when I'm being real or I'm being honest. And if it affects somebody, it affects them. I should explain myself. I should reassure the person. I should communicate, but I never have to apologize for those things as long as I'm being real. And so I need to work on that more. And you know what's funny is, like, right there in that moment, I was like, I almost said, so I'm sorry for that, and I'm going to work on it. But you guys saw the wheels turning. The little hamster in my head was moving. Yeah, just trying to get through that kind of stuff. Those little things that you do that you got to work on, right? Your brain is very powerful and the strongest muscle in your body, right? So the things that you think about yourself are going to come true. The things that you expect from yourself will come true. The things that you tell yourself that aren't true, you will start to believe them because you're in charge of the way you are and the way that you think and the way that you motivate yourself and things like that. And if it's hard to motivate yourself, you can do it, but maybe you feel like you need help, then reach out and get help. Tonight, the podcast will not run our normal fucking 3 or 4 hours. It's going to be probably like an hour and a half. And then I'm going to go pick up my son. And when I'm done, I'm going to get on Facebook and I'm going to make a Facebook group. And it's going to be the Warrior Health Facebook group. And the Warrior Health isn't going to just stand for mental health, and it's not going to just stand for physical health, and it's not going to stand for like a strength for being more positive or anything. It's going to be everything. We're going to motivate each other to work out, to reach goals. We're going to motivate each other to do meetups in their local areas. And if there's somebody that lives next to somebody else and you're there, why don't you just meet up? And then why don't you go live, or why don't you record that and then share it with us on the group? And we get to meet people and we get to meet each other. Maybe I go on there and I start talking about exercises I'm doing. Maybe somebody goes on there and they start talking about this mental thing they do every morning. Get up in the morning, make your fucking bed. Sounds stupid? Why not? You get one thing done. You start those endorphins. You've now checked one thing off your list, and do something else. Have 5 easy fucking things that you do in the morning that you can just check off a list and just start your list. And then finish 5 more before the end. And make sure one of those are your daily goals. That's what I'm going to start doing. I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to start doing that. I got to see if I can afford to rent the Explorers streaming. It's on Amazon right now. It's like $3.79 to rent it. Also, I did think it'd be kind of fun on one of the podcasts to have a movie night where I air the movie on here, right? If we can. I got to look into that. It might not even be a possibility to do, but I think maybe if I bring up like YouTube and it's on there and we air it or something like that, maybe just streaming it through there, it'll be okay. Be kind of fun to do, right? Oh, love you too, Jess. Thank you so much. And thank you for the message earlier as well. Right? I'm learning. I'm trying not to be apologetic for those things. Showing your authenticity after expressing your life experiences is something you should not have to apologize for. Sometimes sharing may help others also learn how to overcome similar situations, which is another reason why I do the podcast, right? To make sure that we are not alone in the things that we do, right? And to be supportive of those people that are going through the same things. How was theft shopping? My daughter stole 5 things. No, I'm just joking. Thrift shopping. It went good. We didn't get a chance to go do a lot of the thrift shopping, so it was more so getting some food, and we did a little thrift shopping. We tried to go to the arcade and do that, but it wasn't the best. But yeah, no, it was fun. Just spending time with my daughter was just fun, right? And then afterwards, coming home, movie, her and I just chilling, doing our thing. It was fun. Affirmations and daily goals are great. Very much so. Very much so. Whitney, yo, how you doing? Melissa, watch party, right? Wouldn't that be fun to do a little watch party? We'll figure out how to make that work. I'm guessing if I'm streaming live on YouTube and I'm streaming something from YouTube at the same time, that shouldn't be a problem. But I don't know how it would work on Facebook, but I'm sure this should go okay. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe banned on Facebook. Maybe it's okay on YouTube. Maybe it's a YouTube watch party. Then people can watch it on their TV. I'll make myself really small and put myself in the corner, right? And then every now and then we can obviously it's a movie we probably all will have seen, right? But I can turn it down a little bit, and then we can talk a little bit about the movie for like a couple minutes, in those lulls, and then turn it back up and watch some more. But it would be fun. I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be fun, right? A little 16 candles night, a little breakfast club, talking a little bit about some stuff. Yeah, Roger with the theft. Can't teach my daughter thievery yet. I have a reminder note to be better at my self-talk. I need about 300 of those post-its all over my face to remember to do that. And another one to go. Remember, Dustin, you have white hairs and they are brittle and they stick out everywhere. So maybe I should invest in some beard product to put in my beard. Every time I look at it, I'm like, what the fuck? Where's it going? What direction is that? Being with your kids are the best therapy. Yes. They are the best therapy and the worst therapy at the same time. It just depends on the situation. Sometimes it's good to have your kids go, hey, go in the bedroom, play your games, be with your people. I'm going to be alone, because you maybe have too much time with them. Growing up, the 80s feelings weren't allowed for us with an ass kicking. Yeah, right. But not just that. I think that we were just stronger back in the day. Hold on. I'm getting parched. So if you're drinking something, I got some, you can't even see it. But anyway, cheers to you. All right. Yeah, I think we went outside and we skinned our knee and we fell out of trees. We cannonballed from 20 feet high into a swimming pool from a trampoline. And we called each other, hey, you're fucking gay, you fag. Hey, you're a dumbass. Hey, you're a piece of shit. And what'd you do? You just looked at them and smiled and be like, fuck you. And then you look around for your parents to make sure they didn't hear you say fuck you, right? I think we were tougher back then. Words didn't hurt us as much because we didn't take them as seriously. We didn't take people's actions as they affected us as much. And I think we got to get back to some of that, right? Oh, I just cleared it off, right? I just cleared it off. We call them secondhand shops here. Yeah, second. We do too. Secondhand shop, a thrift store, antique store, like retro stuff. You can do vintage is another one I think we go by here. Let me know any of the other words that you guys call thrift stores, antique shops, things like that. It gets it gets better the older the get. Yeah, I mean my kids are 17 and 15 now, so they're and a half, both of them and a half. Two towns had their dock sale. What does that mean? Two towns? Was that the cider company? Two towns? What are we talking about? Oh wait, the dock sale. Is that like where they do like we have an alcohol place that's down here, and they do the dock sales where they have like a case of alcohol that's like 70% off because they have to like get rid of it or something, or they whatever. I don't know. I would love to know where those are at, because that would be great to be able to get a bunch of cheap booze to go to the 41st and be able to tell everybody like, don't worry about it, I got what you need. What do you want? Little bar setup. Cider house. Yes, there you go. Okay, good. At least I knew. Awesome. $15 cases. Fucking A. That's what I'm talking about, right? Like some of those things are pretty expensive. So 24 and 33. Oh, see, a little bit different, right? They're at least jobs, taking care of themselves, still know how to flush a toilet. Shocking. There we go. Let's do a little roll call. If you're in here right now, if you can, for me, please, at least share. at least share this for me, or share one of the posts from earlier, the Warrior Health podcast post that shows all the links in case people want to watch it on YouTube or Instagram. But also, let me know how old your kids are at, or if you don't have kids, then tell me they're 0. You don't have them. So you got 25 and 29, and Alice is 24 and 33. We'll see. We'll see how old some of the others are on here. Oh, thank you for sharing, Jess. Thank you for sharing. Does anybody? Can I ask people, beside what happened to me today? How about that's the only one that's off limits? Can people ask me questions? Something they're going through, maybe saying, I'm struggling with this, or this happened to me, or I don't know what to do because of this, and ask me maybe what I think. If you want, you don't have to, but just to spark up a conversation, right? Kaylin, 8, 11, and 17 and a half. Well, yeah, it's not too bad, right? You're only about 9 years or 10 years away, right, from the last one. Oh, Trace, you got 8, 18, 21, and 30. Damn, old man River with his 30 kids. Trace, are you a grandfather? How many times? Eldest with my ex is 20. The 4 I have with my wife are 12, nearly 13 boy, and 3 girls aged 9, 2, and 1. From 1 to 20, a good 19-year difference, bro. That is impressive in itself. 5 minions. Melissa has 24 and 18. My baby just moved to her dorm. Oh, that. I mean, at least you got the. Wait, your baby just moved into her dorm, so you're kid free. You and the husband got a hall pass right now for an empty house, empty nesters. Is that what it is? That Sticks and Stones saying was BS. Words did hurt if it was from someone you cared for. Here's the thing: if I cared about somebody and they said words that were true to me, right? Like if I cared about them and they truly cared about me, the communication would be there minus the hurtful words, right? I think that's just, I mean, at least for me, I didn't see friends that would literally like belittle me or be mean to me or be rude to me and really truly care about me. So immediately for me, that doesn't hurt because I'm like, well, then apparently they don't give a fuck about me if they don't care. And if anybody else said it, whatever, you say it back and then walk away. I mean, obviously, if those words are angry, right in your face, like I'm gonna punch you type of the thing, then yeah, that's a little different. But probably a few more in between. We don't want to know about that, Trace. I found out I have a degenerative disc disease, among other things, in my spine. Wait, like you just found out about that, Jess? Just one grandbaby, the special needs little girl. So just one grand. So she's spoiled. I'm guessing she is super spoiled then, right? Driving to the store, you're on Bluetooth. I should never be on Bluetooth. Are you kidding me? What the hell? Oh, by the way, I tried to move the mic a little bit. I know I asked this a lot. I also adjusted some of my sound settings, so I wasn't sure how this feels or sounds to you guys. So please let me know if it's hard to hear me or if it sounds all right. Let's see. Whitney says my boys are 19, and 22. Then alive in. I don't understand that, Whitney. Hold on, let's see if there's another one. Okay, wait. So do you have twins and then a 22-year-old, then a live in 19? I couldn't figure that one out. You're gonna have to tell me. Hubby travels for work. Truly empty nest gets rough. Oh yeah, he's gone. Kids are gone, right? You got to find a really good hobby. I got some hobby. I got some things you can fix DIY for me if you're not busy. I'm just joking. I'm sorry. I have the same. Just found out. I'm sorry to hear that, Jess. I'm really sorry for that. Michelle, hey Goonie, you're the best, Goonie brother. Hey, how's it going? Thank you for coming in here. Yeah, I never know how to, like I said, I wouldn't mind doing the mental health podcast every now and then for myself. if nobody came in, I would have no problem doing that, right? But I also want to know if that's something that is good for you guys, and something that you guys, I've had some people tell me they don't want to share because they don't want people to come in and then see something they may share. But you do know that if you want to, you can also go anonymous. Like if you go into the my my chat or something like that and like message me and just say, hey, anonymous, just put anonymous and then whatever you want to say, I'll say it, and then nobody knows you're the one saying it. Like if that's okay. I haven't had anybody care yet, but I do understand like if people don't want people to know certain things or what you're going through maybe, so let me know. Let's see, it's a bit up and down, in and out on the voice. Okay, so let me do this then. All right, let me do this. All right, so if I do this a little bit closer like this, does that sound better, Roger? Or is the in and out on the voice because you're from the UK? Just saying. My goodness. See, it's such a double-edged sword. I get emotional in a moment and I realize that I need to let things out. But I also realize that like when I let things out, that now I know more people. Shit, how about this? Before my Facebook got hacked a year ago in September. Actually, it wasn't my Facebook. My Microsoft account got hacked. They took my Facebook. They took my Instagram. They stole money from me. Everything that was connected to that. And it wasn't just me. There was like 1,700 and something people that it happened to, right? And it was a local thing. It was like when your phone's closed or your credit card swipes, that kind of stuff, right? Well, it ended up being like a scan thing for like your phone, right? So anyway, that happened. I had 4,000 people on my Facebook. I had like 3,000 something people on my Instagram. That was when I was getting ready. Let me start this. Let me do a podcast. Let me be a motivational speaker. Let me promote this no fucking filter. Let me do this shit. And then it got hacked. And it was like a fucking killer, right? Like it was like, what the fuck? Why me? Right? Why this moment? And I had to start over. So on that note, I kind of gave up. I threw out some messages. I said to people, this is the true me. This is the real me. Message me. You can talk to me, but I'm trying to build my friends list back up. Before the 40th anniversary in June, so beginning of June, I had 300 and I don't even know, under 320 friends that were on there. People that followed me and friends, same thing. I'm up like to almost 1,800 now of like followers of knowing people, doing podcasts, being a part of the 40th anniversary, the Goonies, going live, like Bayman's when I did the truffle shuffle up at the Goonies house. I didn't realize it was going to be like such a big hit. I think I'm at like I want to say I'm close to 500,000 views now on that, which is pretty insane. Nobody probably knows who the fuck I am or cares about it. They just watch the video and then they just move on. But it'd be great if half of those people just followed me and then I could really promote, better. I don't know how to do a lot of this stuff. So I've been reaching out, trying to get people to help me. Roger never chimed back in to let me know how my voice sounds. Blended family. My boys are 19 and 22. Jeremy's son is 19. And we have another living 19-year-old best friend of my 19-year-old. Oh, so you have 3 19-year-olds and a 22-year-old. It's kind of how I grew up. I had a stepbrother that was, let's see, when I was younger, I want to say when I was like 12, he was in his 20s. The other one was around 19 to 20. So like you had me at 12, my younger sister 11, my older sister at 13, my older brother was 14, but I didn't talk to him. He was from my stepdad's side. Then my stepmom's side had 2 older brothers that were 19 and 22. Then we had one of their friends that lived with us who was 20. And then my little brother at the time, who I want to say was like 3 or 4. And it was like 7 kids, I think, at one time. I think we got up to 8 kids, 2 adults. And then I think that we had another adult that lived there, and I don't know who they were, but it's a big household, right? I was giving it a few minutes. It's a lot better now. Okay, good. I think it might just be having the mic a little bit closer to my mouth. Which I don't know why that would even be good or not, but it might just not be picking up my voice from further back. Anyway, like I was saying with the story, which I just totally forgot that I was talking about. Somebody remind me what the fuck I was talking about. I don't remember what I was talking about. Oh, that's what it was. It was it was me having my shit hacked. So now coming back to it, right, and trying to like start over and trying to get through all this shit, and where I like, you're trying to recoup and like your friends list and things like that. Like, um, to me, it feels like I'm meeting new people, like meeting new friends and things. And a lot of the people that used to be on, like, you realize, like, okay, maybe I have conversations, but they didn't reach out to find me. My shit was hacked and gone, like blocked. Like, you would go and you'd be like, Dustin's gone. Let me search him. And then when you search, you find this one, Dustin-Mario-Johnson, right? That's me. It's a picture of me. You could reach out and say something to me. So I didn't understand why people weren't. And then I kind of did realize why people weren't. People didn't reach out because people didn't want to reach out. People didn't reach out because they didn't have time to reach out. And people didn't reach out because I wasn't reaching out. I reach out to a lot of people. I check on a lot of people. I make sure people are doing good. I start groups. I have groups of people on Facebook. I have, I try to keep things active. I try to make sure I check in on people. I do my best. But it's hard when people that you've grown up with and been a part of a lot of your life, they don't do that. And if you stop and then they don't respond to that, it's a very hurtful thing, but it's a very big learning curve idea to what's important in my life, right? And what's important in my life are the people that want to be in my life because they appreciate who I am and what I bring to the table, and not because of what they can get out of me, and not because of what they can use me for or take advantage of me for or take from me, right? I do my best and I struggle and I reach out when I can, but I will promote myself right here and say that I do a lot more for everybody around me than I receive from everybody around me. And I think it's because I continue to do that and I don't slow down. Where I think a lot of people, it's easier to slow down and wait. And I don't do that. And I'll never start doing that. Work is stressing me the fuck out. Trey says, my brother owns the company. I've worked for him for 15 years. It's becoming to where we can't stand each other. It's very hard to stay happy knowing our brotherly relationship is probably over. I should move on to another company, but I hate change. It's been very depressing lately. I have to make a major decision soon. Lose my job or lose my family. What's more important to you? And I'm not saying that to be cavalier about your situation, but my family is not who I'm related to. My family, and who I think everybody's family is who you choose it to be. The people that you allow into your life, the people that promote you, the people that are positive around you, and the people that stay true to being a close friend to you because they want to be, or they want to be your family, or they want to be your brother or your sister. Those are the people that are your family. People that are blood related to you sometimes take advantage, or they use you because they think that you're not going anywhere. How easy is it for you to probably get a new job and have it be the same thing? Probably pretty easy. What's the chance that you take that your life will be better because you're not in that situation with family? Would that maybe then be a better job and then also salvaging your family? Or would you then truly figure out that maybe that was what you needed to release from your situation that makes you happier, right? Again, nothing I say has to make sense to anybody, or anybody has to trust in it or believe it or anything. It's just going to be like my truest and honest and quickest advice that I can say off the top of my head for how I feel, without trying to like micromanage my thoughts and process of like what I think you're just gonna get the boldest blah. I'm just gonna blurt it out, right? Take it or leave it, I guess, right? I started watching you after after watching you get hit on I-5. Yep. So Kaylin was behind me 2 cars, and she watched a truck and trailer come over and hit my vehicle and pop me up a little bit, and I overcorrected and came back a little bit, kind of saved myself a little bit. I could have been a way worse accident, but luckily I had some skills, had some strength, and anyway, she had her dash cam on, and it did the whole thing, and that saved me. It saved me a lot. And then I just told her, if we're just sitting there talking, I said, I do a podcast, friend me on Facebook, and follow and check it out if you want to. I mean, we're just talking because waiting for Old Man River to get back from his car. Your kids are lucky to have you. I grew up without a dad. Didn't meet him till I was 30. Well, I appreciate that. Not sure if they feel the same, but I hope so. We'll see. Watch this. Hey, Jade. Let's see if my daughter comes out here and gives me a hug or not. We'll see. Well, let me yell at her again, but I'll do it while it's muted. All right, there we go. We'll see if she comes out here and gives me a hug or not. My daughter she's putting her hair out. There's my daughter. Do I get hugs? Oh, I get hugs.
Patient. Wow.
I was talking about this, saying that you gave it like right around that 7 marker. And valuing that a little bit though. Love you.
No, you're
Just because you see your face doesn't mean you need to make funny faces at it. Love you. Give me kisses. Love you. Thank you.
Wait.
You do one of those.
Ooh. Okay.
You want to get a little bit more.
A little good,
right? Yeah, look at that, a little dried out.
It's like the opposite.
Hold on.
So it's kind of hard to fix.
Hold on. Bend your thing. There you go. Now look up.
Don't part my hair like that. Then I just look like a butler.
A butler? Why do butlers look like their hair's parted?
No. It's supposed to be bangs that go down.
Oh, I don't know what's good and what's bad. Look at your dad. I shaved my head because I don't want to style my hair.
Now it's not soft anymore.
Thank you, daughter. A little brown egg. Thank you. I only had a half brother on my dad's side. He passed in 2009. I did not have a good relationship with him. He horribly abused me. May he rest in peace. Far away from me. Still healing. I live in a broken family, but we're still together. The good thing about that is, no matter how you feel about your dad and what he did, what he did or didn't mean to you in your life, right? Like you said, right? May he rest in peace, far away from me. Well, you don't have to worry about that anymore, right? So he doesn't affect your life anymore. It's sort of like that one thing that happens, and in that moment you realize, do I live in that moment? Do I stay in that moment? Do I talk about that moment as that being the thing that defines me? Or do I look at myself and go, how strong am I for getting past that? And this is the person I am because of that. And not saying a thank you, but appreciating the fact that you can come away from that being a better person from that. You get to learn who your people are when that happens. It's very true. People change, people suck. Actions do speak louder than words, more so today. Family by time, not blood. That's good. That's a good little saying. I like that. I had like 1,700 friends on Facebook. I went through and deleted around 1,200. Some I didn't mean to. A lot I did. And about 5 have re-added me. So it shows who are friends and who are just people I knew. Isn't that the truth, right? How many people just friend you? That's why I figured if people want to follow me, they can follow me. My page being public and everybody can see everything. But also, if they don't want to, they can unfollow me. They don't have to unfriend me. You just unfollow me. Now, if people want to friend me, then that's okay too, right? Becky, how the hell you doing? Becky is a very dear friend from a long time ago, and we used to ride in two separate clubs. And her husband, before he passed away, was a amazing friend, and we reach out to each other often for little things here and there. And he was a brother, and she's a sister. And I'm so glad to watch you and see how you have healed yourself and been better for the things that you're going through and whatnot. So love you, Bex. Makes total sense. I don't even know. Was that for me or somebody else? I talk too much, bro. Forgive my ignorance, but does hearts and likes help your page? I have this tool. I can send you 35 hearts per second. I don't know, actually. Can anybody else tell me? Does anybody know anything that I can have that it subscribes 1,000 people on YouTube? That would be helpful. But I don't know. But tell me, please tell me. You definitely lit up when she came in. So sweet. My daughter, yeah. I'm a sucker for my daughter coming in to give me hugs and whatnot. Cheers to everybody out there. All right. 6:13. 45 minutes in. A max of 45 minutes to go. Or 10. Or 2. I don't know. I do know we got 13 people in here. I don't know if everybody is in here off of Facebook or if there's people in here off of YouTube. You know what? And I need to... It's not going to work. There we go. There we go, I think. This little arm just doesn't work the best. I need to get a different angle on this thing. Oh, I gotta keep looking at this, right? What doesn't kill me needs to start fucking running. Yeah. I need that. I would like to keep the help is available, speak with somebody today, and call 988 for the suicide and crisis lifeline up there. So I do want to know, I know what people are going through, when they tell me the specifics. What's the thing you struggle with that's not something that happened to you? You know what I'm saying? Like, I struggle with my wrist because I sprained it is different than, struggling with the idea that somebody could hurt my wrist. That sounds kind of dumb, but you know what I'm saying? Like, the projected feeling of the emotion that you're going to go through, possibly, maybe, you don't know. Yeah. Does that make sense to you guys? What are we going through right now? What are people going through? Amber, cheers to you. Just check the order. Still staying the same as it has been. Yep. And you know what's funny, Roger? I didn't know this, but I have 2 others that were sent before you, and one of the other guys went down there, and they confirmed that it was there and couldn't release it to him because it's still stuck down there. So whatever happened on the boat however they shipped it in on plane, whatever, or they flew it, isn't right? Shipped on a plane, right? There's a bunch of them that are stuck right now. So I don't know what it is, honestly. Like I said, eventually it'll get to you, or eventually it'll come back to me, and then we'll either start over and do it again. And it sucks though, because I'd love to get you your shit like now. My dad is wonderful. My half brother that caused trouble. Gotcha. My dad did the best he could. My half brother was a drug addict who had bipolar schizophrenia. My dad tried his best to try to help him, but he wasn't well. Okay, let me read through this really quick. My half brother tried to help as a parent. That's true, right? As a parent, you can only do so much when it comes to a lot of things. And at the same time, I apologize for getting that one wrong. I think I just misunderstood that, So, So I didn't read that right. So I apologize for that. I mean, I guess the same thing still applies if he passed away and that's done, then you can do the same physical advice, the same mental advice, I guess still kind of works for that still, right? Just a different person. Tori, how the hell you doing? Fear of rejection and being taken for granted. Yes. I don't know on this one because it's a fear of the rejection, right? And then also that fear of being taken for granted is the projection of it hasn't happened yet, but you're like almost like you're waiting for that to happen, right? Um go towards acceptance. You know the people that accept you, you know the people that are there for you, you know the people that don't take you for granted, you know the people that support you. So when you have that fear of somebody doing that or a situation or a job or somebody doing that, then find light in the people that you know don't do that and go and have those people talk it up so that way you don't have to feel that way. You're almost supplementing the negative for the positive by focusing your energy on finding the positive, right? And if people don't know what's going on and people can't be there for you because they don't know, then again, you have to be the one that has to reach out to let those people know that that thing that's happening, that fear that you're having, that projected fear, and that once you think that, if they know that, then they're there to support you, to reassure you that, hey, you're not going to be taken for granted. I'm here for you. You're not going to be rejected. You're going to be accepted in that, and you know that with me, Tori. Mine's about being around long enough to see my kids get to adulthood, as I lost my dad 7 years ago. And when he was 56, it was sudden and out of the blue. The fear of being around long enough, that's one of those. It's one of those fears I had too, having a grandfather that died young and grandmothers that are living old, and you think maybe what is it, skip a generation, and then all of a sudden I'm going to be that one. So then technically that would mean that I would be, out of 4 people, I would be the one that would not survive. That's a hard one because it is, you don't want it to be sudden out of the blue. You don't want to have that feeling that you're going to leave your family behind, but we can't control that, right? You can't control this sudden happening. You can't control whether or not you are or aren't gonna be alive because of something that happened. You can control now. When I start the warrior health group, you and I can talk about working out, getting in better shape for ourselves, having a better mental awareness of what our thought process is, stop apologizing for things, being more supportive of ourselves and how strong we are. And maybe those things are the things that help you to live not only longer, but be there better for your family and be more supportive and be healthier. Because that's what I'm going to focus on. That's what I'm going to do. Because that's all I can do. Because I can't control that future from happening, right? And I can't worry about it now. Lately felt in a rut, want to move out of Florida, uncertain of what's going on politically, trying to come up with the best plan for us and kids, not sure what that is. Move to Astoria. Just joking. That's going to be my problem solved for just about everything. When in doubt, move to Astoria. But no, and I get that, and uncertain of what's going on politically. Here's one of those things I've said, and that's pissed off people sometimes. I've never voted. I don't trust the system. I don't think it isn't about money. I don't think America is the same as what it used to be back in like the 50s and 60s and such. That same feeling and what we were fighting for and who we are as a society and such. I think it's just more about money and popularity and who can take advantage of who, right? So whatever works for you and your family, and whatever direction you can go to, that makes you just feel happy, right? Go there, do that thing. Florida wouldn't even be a choice on my list. I went there one time for a work thing, and it was so muggy and so dewy. I was like, hell no. Just with the weather, when it gets warm, I'm like that anyway. Why the hell do I want to be somewhere that makes me feel like that more? Kellen says, I feel like I'm a failure sometimes, and I struggle deeply with my middle child, who lovingly gets referred to as my Velcro child, but he's struggling, and sometimes I feel like I'm not enough for him. You're always going to be enough for your children if you're there for them. So if you're there for your kids, you're always going to be enough. problem is, I think sometimes is as long as you're there for them, it's never going to be the struggle that you're not there enough, but that you're there too much. So it just depends on what that kid feels. Do they feel more secure when you're around because you're there all the time, or do they have a sense of peace because they have their own serenity of who they are, and you just are their happy place, right? Like you're that person that can solidify the idea that like they're safe around you, but then they still have their own like world, right? I keep hitting these chords. I'm so sorry. I don't know if that makes a sound. I don't know if that does anything, but I'm sorry if it does. I did it before once, and everybody's like, "What's that knocking sound?" I'm like, "That's me hitting my mic because I'm Italian and I talk with my hands." So it's hard. So when I have my hands down here, I'm like doing this. I've never voted either. They all pissed in the same pot, right? When I was a kid, I actually thought that I was like, maybe one day I'll run for president. Like I just thought as a kid, I was like, you know what, I'd make a great president. And when people would ask me, I mean, I'm talking young, it was like 9, 10, right? And when people ask me, I just said, because I like talking to people and I care about everybody else. I thought that's what it meant to be a president, that you like talking to people and that you cared about everybody else, right? That you wanted to be there to help, right? I thought that's what it was about. Little did I know that I was a very naive little 9 and 10-year-old boy that didn't understand politics. We have lots of people moving here to Astoria. I have a few friends from Florida, right? Let's see. I got a couple things in the. Let's see. Oh, hold on. Let's see. Sorry, doing the whole texting and trying to talk thing and stuff like that. A lot of people are asking me if I'm okay. From my message earlier, I'm gonna say no, so I don't want to lie to anybody. Hold on. Sorry, that was a weird thing to say and then start typing. A lot of people are asking me if I'm okay. I got a bunch of messages, and I appreciate everybody that's messaging me that asked me if I'm okay from earlier. And I'm sorry that I haven't got back because I kind of got home and then kind of jumped on the podcast and stuff, right? But no, not doing okay. But that's okay. It's okay to not be okay, right? I'm dealing with it. I'm doing my best to deal with it. Okay. I need to get my hands off the keyboard because I'm like getting sidetracked. It's okay to not be okay. It's okay to struggle. It's okay to not be as strong as everybody thinks you are all the time. I know I'm a strong person. I know that I am the kind of person that can be there for people all the time. I can be there for myself. I can be there for my kids. But sometimes I have to take a TV time out and I have to reevaluate how I'm being there for myself and focus my energy on this, the podcast, right? Focus my energy on this. Make it easy. No topics. I had nothing going on. I didn't even have to jump on here. I'm not even sure if this helps anybody. Honestly, I'm not sure if I just talk on here and then people just want to say a couple of things about what's going on in their life and then everybody moves on. Or if people truly do get something from this that gives them some peace. I don't know. If anybody feels like they really want to come on and just share really quick and then I respond and then they jump off, I can do that too. Let me know. I'll send you a link. Just say, send me a link and you can jump on and you can pull up on the screen and you can talk for a second and you're good. It's up to you. My shoulder hurts so fucking bad. Oh my gosh. I for some reason turned to grab a door and the door was a lot like, I don't know, springy than I thought. And so when it extended out, it pulled my arm a little bit today and it friggin' hurts. Let's see here. Where do we got? That should be what it means to be president, right? To like to talk to people and be nice and helpful. with stuff that has happened with my ex and my kid just knows I'm always here, but sometimes I feel like his behaviors and medical problems require another functional adult. That's very true. It probably does, honestly. And so whatever you are doing to overcompensate every aspect of your life to make sure that that kid gets that, that means that you're enough. 100%. That means that you're enough, that you're doing what you're doing, that you're even if it's not enough, you're there, and that's enough. At least what I think. I know I've struggled a lot with my kids and a lot of things, and I've thought, what kind of parent am I? Why are my kids both, when they were young and 5 and 3 and whatever, why are they sleeping in my bed and I'm sleeping on the floor next to them? That's not right. They should have their own bed. But I made it work, right? You do what you got to do. I want to move. I want to move house as we have outgrown it, but rent is more than double than what I pay now. I've been in my house for the past 13 years. Dude, Roger, you and I talked about this when it comes to that, and sometimes I don't know the balance. Is it living at the end of your means to have something that's bigger, or is it something where you can be where you're at and be comfortable enough until something changes? So it's a hard one for me because I wish I lived in a place half the size and half the rent is what I do now. I pay more than everybody pays for their damn mortgage, and I'm in a fucking apartment, And you can message me anytime too, you guys. If there's something I say and you don't agree with it, that's cool too. If you don't agree with it, you can just throw it out your brain. But if you feel good about some of the things that I'm saying and you feel like this is helpful, then please feel free to reach out and we can message on the side after the podcast and things like that. I may have to be getting out of here soon. I don't know. I know that these podcasts are the ones where I wish these could go really long. And I do know that sometimes Daryl and I have 20, 25 people on. So it's like we just kind of stay on. Let me see here. And I wasn't going to get on, I guess. So I guess giving it at least an hour is, exactly an hour right now, is good enough too. And I'll be better next week. Also, I apologize. I will be leaving this Friday and going out of town till Sunday. So Friday night, no fucking filter. You're going to have to wait a whole another week to get to that. Side note, tomorrow I may have a couple of special guests coming on to talk about their experience with being a Goonie and being at the Goonie house and winning a challenge coin and being a part of that whole thing. I was thinking of Tuesday nights kind of being doing some trivia nights, but Daryl and I do that on Thursdays, right? So we do have some fun doing that on Thursdays, a little 80 related, 90s, having fun. So I was thinking maybe that Tuesday night is a Goonies night, but instead, there's only so much you can talk about a fucking movie, right? So what if we got to know our fellow Goonies? What if we got to know each other? Bring them on. People can ask them questions. I ask them questions. They come on. They talk a little bit. Everything's good. You get a chance to meet them. And then the next week, another group of people come on. Maybe it's a husband or wife. Maybe it's boyfriend and girlfriend. Maybe it's just a couple of friends that met down there. Maybe it's just a group of 2 or 3 people and we're in here talking, having a good time. Whatever it is, if you're interested in that, please let me know. If you want to introduce yourself to the world on a Goonies podcast for that kind of stuff, just remember, Bayman was yelling for me to live stream his TikTok on this on Tuesday nights. He came on a Tuesday night because it was his birthday. And he wanted to come on and talk to us, which was awesome and amazing. So Tuesdays seem to be pretty like Goonie-esque, right? So that is my official Goonies podcast night. And that's not like my mental health night. That's one of those nights where when Daryl gets home from work and he gets a chance to get on, his ass gets on because he is one of my best friends now and one of my biggest Goonie people that I know. And both of him and I have I don't know, we've experienced this podcast together, and I feel like it's like one without the other wouldn't be a thing, right? It's very hard to think of it otherwise. Okay, my leg situation. Doctors refuse to give pain meds anymore. I was told to take 2 Tylenol and 2 ibuprofen together by a nurse friend. Holy shit, it works. Try it for your shoulder. Yeah, I'll ice it and stuff like that, but I'm one of those weird ones that's been very hard for me. I don't usually take meds for shit. Glutton for punishment, maybe. Rent is harsh everywhere. The more you make, the more they will take, and if we can't afford, we have to settle for less. Just try to stay humble and try your best. I know, right? I think that was for you, Trace. I enjoy that for the Goonies night. Hell yeah. I'll have Alice in Borderlands season 3 to watch Friday night, so I have myself covered whilst you're away. Nice. I still may do it. I don't know. Maybe I'll do a little impromptu live from a plane. Can you get the internet? I wonder if you could go live from a plane. Probably not. Even if I paid for the extra stuff, you probably still couldn't do that. It'd be funny though, right? An old man was walking along a deserted beach at sunset. As he walked, he saw a young man in the distance, picking up stranded starfish and throwing them back into the sea. Time and again, the young man kept hurling them out into the ocean. As the old man approached, he noticed that the beach was covered with thousands of starfish that had been washed ashore by the tide. He said, "Good evening, friend. I was wondering what you were doing." The young man replied, "The tide is going out, and the suspense is killing me." We're going to wait for it. I'll take a drink. Oh, wait. You sent me a message on the side. Hold on. "Good evening, friend. I was wondering what you were doing." Let's see. The young man replied, "The tide is going out and the sun is setting. If I don't throw these starfish back into the sea, they'll die from a lack of oxygen." The old man understood but replied, "But there must be thousands of starfish on this beach. You can't possibly get to all of them. Don't you realize you can't possibly make a difference?" The young man listened politely. Then he bent down, picked up another starfish, and threw it as far as he could into the ocean. He turned to the man and smiled, saying, "I made a difference for that one." Wow. That's I like that. You know what? I'm going to read that more fluently, and I'm going to do it again. Hold on. "An old man was walking along a deserted beach at sunset, and as he walked, he saw a young man in the distance picking up stranded starfish and throwing them back into the sea. Time and again, the young man kept hurling them out into the ocean. As the old man approached, he noticed that the beach was covered with thousands of starfish that had been washed ashore by the tide. He said, "Good evening, friend. Was wondering what you were doing." The young man replied, "The tide is going out and the sun is setting. If I don't throw these starfish back into the sea, they'll die from the lack of oxygen." The old man understood but replied, "But there must be thousands of starfish on the beach. You can't possibly get to all of them. Don't you realize you can't possibly make a difference?" The young man listened politely, and he bent down, picked up another starfish, and threw it as far as he could into the ocean. He turned to the man and smiled, saying, "I made a difference for that one." Wow. I had to read that again because that is super powerful and super confirming of exactly what I doubt in my head that I do when it comes to things, right? Yes, Melissa, a Goonies night, right? All-inclusive night about the Goonies. I think having a Goonies podcast to let your fans introduce themselves so we can get to know them better is a fantastic idea. Thank you, Brooke. I met some amazing people up at the Goonies house and situations where I didn't get a chance to hang out with people and do things, right? And two of them were Aaron and Billy, right? And then another guy that I met, Nick, was when I met him and his wife and his kids. And it was when I went up with Kelly and was there with Joe and Marcelo. And we all had an opportunity to be up there at the house and just kind of chilling. We were going to get ready to leave. Well, if you don't know me, I'm a very talkative person. If you do know me, I'm a very talkative person. I like to just meet new friends, and I like to put myself out there and just talk and just find this camaraderie between two people. And Nick and myself, it was like we were like long lost brothers. both into wrestling, both into riding Harleys. The way that we were conversing, the way that we were talking, just every aspect of things, it was like it's almost like we felt like we had already knew each other, and we both said that. It was crazy. So I want to bring him and his wife on here, and they were up there. He's got a Goonies tattoo, and they were up there at the house. It was just awesome. And so I reached out to him to be able to do that. So maybe not next Tuesday, maybe the Tuesday after, or not tomorrow, but maybe next Tuesday after and stuff. Hey Jennifer, how you doing? And yeah, I think that'd be fun to do, right? To get to know everybody. Did you watch WrestlePalooza Saturday? You know what? I didn't get a chance to. It was on Peacock, the streaming, for a while, and then now you have to like pay extra and do a bunch of extra to get it. And so like I just haven't. I wanted to though. I'm spamming the shit out of your podcast with hearts and likes. You should have thousands this show. I don't know how that works. I don't know if it's going to show me later, like if it shows me or brings it up. Hey Jessica, how you doing? Yeah, I don't know how that works. Like, again though, if you're not following the YouTube, please follow the YouTube. Just go on there and go to fan-cast-dmj and just subscribe. If you haven't yet, that's all I'm asking. Just subscribe. If you don't watch, YouTube very much, that's okay. Just do that. Just subscribe and be done. I mean, it's a YouTube channel. You sign in, you go to YouTube, it follows the stuff that you do. If you subscribe to me, the least that'll happen is it'll be like, I'm going live. That's about it. That's about as far as it'll go. So there you go, right there. Oh, that's the picture I have on my YouTube. I was like, why has it got that picture on there? But I guess that's the Fancast DMJ Goonie Security. Official, the big Goonie Security. Those are my official terms for who I am. Oh yeah. I don't know what I'm doing, you guys. I'm gonna be jumping off here soon. I'm gonna have to pick up my son from work in a little bit. The chat isn't super active. I know sometimes it is and sometimes it's not. It's more likely to show you on the feed of people live stream. Oh, gotcha. So it might be on that, but it might be one of those things where you can only like it like the once or something. Or I do know. Here's another thing. I do know that like the more active and the more you post and the more you comment and things like that. Like I don't know if that helps or not. Again though, the YouTube, I'm at like 34 subscribers, and I think I've been stuck on 30. Oh, I'm on 30. I just refreshed it. I'm on 35. 35. Yeah. No, just struggling. Just struggling lately. But a lot of us I think I speak for many people, but a lot of us made some incredible connections over the 40th, and they will be in relationships that will last a lifetime. 100%. And I think here's the other thing too, Brooke, is that I think a lot of people made connections. People talk to people. Maybe they're friends with them on Facebook, and they may, you reach out every now and then. But I don't think that like people really know each other, right? Like you get like, let me ask you some questions. What do you do for work? How many kids do you have? Are you married? Like, how often do you get to Astoria? Like all this kind of stuff. It's not like a normal, like you usually reach out on Facebook. You're like, hey, that's awesome. I saw the thing you posted. Thanks. You're the best. We're Goonies friends. We met at the 40th. We're done. Like, it's hard to really get to know people sometimes because people don't open up as easy as they used to back in the day, right? So I think that having this platform and allowing people to open up and to learn a little bit, right? I have people that come on and people want to get to know them. If anybody wants to get to know me, ask me questions. I'm an open book. As for what happened today, it's the only thing I just don't want to talk about yet. I stress yet. It's just a yet. It's not ever. It's just too fresh, right? I'm just not ready, especially on this platform yet. On another platform, another night. Maybe I'll be Friday I'll be leaving and I'll be like on my live or something. I'll be like, hey, here you go. Here's this. And then be like, I'm out. That's my no fucking filter, to be like a 15-minute live. But who knows? We'll see. We'll see what I do. I wish I would have talked to more people during the 40th, 41st. There's always the 41st. You go there and yeah. Oh, let me respond really quick. Sorry. Talk amongst yourselves. Hey, I really do. Who sent that? Was that Whitney? Was that you that sent that? Whitney, thank you for sending that, by the way. Thank you for sending that. If you guys got anything more like that, I mean, I love this kind of stuff. And hopefully it doesn't sound, super, I don't know, I like stuttery or like I'm like trying to read it and I'm like, but if you send me something, I'd love to read it on here. If anybody has a quote, if anybody has like a little story thing like this that is inspiring or that is helpful, like good old like mental health type of shit, send it to me. Send it to me separately or send it to me on here and I'll read it. I would love to. That's that kind of stuff. I feed off of that kind of shit. I try to get on and try to save things to my Facebook and then I forget about it when I jump on here. But I think it's helpful though, things like that. Today, the last 3, it was the day I'm sad I missed the podcast, but I'm glad I got to the end of it. Today, the last 3. Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, you got so and also too, the last 3 or the last 2 at least are on like YouTube, and then you can watch them on my Facebook and stuff. I would like to start uploading them to, if I don't know if I can, but to the Fancast page to upload the videos to that, as well as the YouTube. But as of right now, I've been uploading them to YouTube and saving them to my computer. You can only upload so many. So you can still go back and watch some of them too, which is awesome. Robert, the 41st will be a bash, y'all. Let's go. Right? Exactly. The 41st is going to be amazing, everybody. It's not only going to be the 40th for Short Circuit, but it's going to be the 41st for the Goonies. It's going to be an Astoria film. It's going to be an Astoria Con, I think, as my buddy Walt said, something like that. Astoria Con, right? So it's like a Comic-Con in Astoria for the movies. I mean, just think of the possibilities for everything that's around that area that we could like celebrate during that time, right? And I think it would be awesome if Daryl was the DJ and I helped to coordinate a little prom, do another prom again, a little 80s prom, but do it right? I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be fun to have all kinds of extra stuff. I mean, a movie in the park. If there's somewhere around there where we could put up a huge projector screen and do that. The bonfire on the beach for the 41st, that's going to happen. I thought it'd be fun to coordinate a huge group game night. Do a huge game night. Maybe it's a Pictionary type thing and you go in groups and you're drawing stuff and have fun. Maybe it's a kind of a question, like a movie trivia from the 80s, and it's a huge group. We're outside and everybody's playing as teams. I don't know, these are just ideas. Some of them I just came up with right now, so I don't know. I did talk to you briefly up there. You seem like someone fun to hang out with. Wait, are you talking? Wait, Melissa, was that to Robert or no? Was that for me? Was that to me? I am fun to hang out with. I think I'm a fun guy to hang out with. I think I have a lot of energy at the right times. I think the 41st will be really good because a lot more of us all connected in here, and the guys who met the 40th can all reconnect. Very true. Not to mention, Roger, I'm literally picking up somebody from the UK. I'm picking up somebody from Australia. I'm picking up somebody from the East Coast, 2 people from the East Coast, to drive them down to Astoria for the 41st and staying with me. Got a huge house that we're going to be staying at. It's going to be fun. We're going to be right there by Judith's house and the Goonies house. So we'll be kind of like the Grand Central Station of the 41st. If any of you will be in Astoria, hey, yep, October 9th to 12th, let's have dinner. The wife and I will be there for our anniversary. Hey, I am planning to come down, even if I can only be there for the day, but I'm going to try to stay the night and come down to see you on the 10th, I believe. Let's see. Oh, so your anniversary is on the 10th? Wait, and your guys' is on the 10th too? Melissa, where do you live? Are you anywhere close? If you need help with the coordination for anything on the 41st, I can help. Awesome. I appreciate that, because that's one of those things where I'm going to obviously got to wait till it gets closer, right? Because we're still pretty far out. So when it gets to like a couple months before, that's when shit starts moving, right? I'm back. With me, yes. Thank you. Yeah, I I don't know. I have a lot of energy when it comes to things. I'm big, I'm loud, obnoxious. I don't really care what anybody thinks about me. So like I just like to have fun and make people feel good, give lots of hugs, have a good time. I'm really good at coordinating and leading groups. It's like people are very indecisive. So when people are like, hey, where should we go get a bite to eat? Or hey, what are you guys hungry for? Or like, hey, what do you guys want to do next? I'm the kind of person that's like, hey, everybody, come here. We're going to go here. We're going to go here. We're going to go do this. Is anybody got to go to the bathroom? Sounds good. Let's go. Like, that's me. Because most of the time, people just ask other people to do that shit anyway. And I thrive with it. Nice. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you. Oops. I can't wait for that weekend. I know it's going to be massive. It's going to be so huge. Please remember, 10-10 is pretty damn easy. That is pretty easy for an anniversary. It's watching and not driving. I can help decorate for prom. Just give me a theme, right? That's the other thing too. Is in 80s prom and people coming into town actually bringing things to help out with and being able to do it a little bit more structured and do it right. I think would be good. 10-10 is my boyfriend's birthday. Damn, look at everybody. 10-10. It's a big day. Southern Oregon. Nice. Perfect. Well, you should come up to Astoria. We'll do a big dinner on the 10th. Stay the night. I'll celebrate your guys' anniversaries with you. I'll be by myself just celebrating your guys' anniversaries. I'll live vicariously through you guys. Let's see here. Okay. Brooke says, I turned the big 50 on 10/11. So Brooke has, what's the date today? So what do we got? We got like 8, 10, 11. What do you got? Like 20 days? Like just shy of 3 weeks before you turn the big 50. My birthday is on the 11th too. Judas Priest, you guys. Birthday's on the 11th. 50 years celebration, anniversary celebrations on the 10th. It's a big weekend. Why doesn't everybody just come into Astoria that weekend? You know what? Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll try to call my lady and see if I can rent the house that weekend that has 4 bedrooms. It's 2 kings and 2 queens and 2 bathrooms, and see if I can get it for that weekend. If anybody wants to come in that weekend, we can see if it make it work. October is a banging month. Literally a banging month. Brooke, I just did last month. Celebrate that 50, ladies and gentlemen. Lady and gentleman. Took 12 years of learning with my ex before finding the love of my life. Lots of learning. Well, I hope to find that someday. Again, I am that person that I feel like, someday, right? My day will come someday. But I'm also not one of those people that's like, every corner I turn, I'm like, oh, how come I can't date a million people and find my person? It's like, I don't know. I think it should come when you least expect it, right? Yeah. Hold on. Okay, never mind. Sorry. That was time sensitive stuff right there. But yeah, hour and 21 minutes. I think that's pretty good for the podcast. If anybody in here would really like to come on for the Goonies night, if you would like to introduce yourself, answer some questions, talk a little bit about your experience at the 40th as a Goonie, why you missed it, why you're going to go to the 41st, whatever it is, let me know. Reach out to me and let me know. I'll build a list and we'll get people on. If we can get 2 or 3 groups on at one night, everybody on together, whatever it is, we'll figure it out. Wednesday, I will be on Jay Ryan's show, A Blockbuster Year, talking about The Explorers. Okay. Let's see. This visionary dreams of 3 curious and adventuresome young boys become an exciting reality in Explorers. That's pretty much it. If you haven't seen it, spoiler alert, the ending is not the best. But still, I found some passion in the end of what it meant and how it felt as a kid to to now when I saw it again. I think there's a little bit more meaning in the ending, and I think they did a pretty good job if you look at it that way. I'm going to head out. I just want to say hi. Catch y'all tomorrow. Good night. Catch y'all tomorrow, Jennifer. We're going to find that damn coin. I think I know where one is. Well, hey, yeah, keep your mouth shut on that one, and then whatever help I can assist with. You know, I do have 8 coins under my belt that I've either given away, assisted with, or helped to find, type of thing. So, good night, Jess. Good night. I sent you a few really good quotes. Perfect. All right. Who is the happier man? He who has braved the storm of life and lived, or he who has stayed securely on shore and merely existed? By Hunter S. Thompson. I like that. That's a good one. The next one is, there's a whisper inside of you. It's saying it's time to kick it up a notch, to love more, to create more, to forgive more, to be more of all that you are and all that you can be. You hear it, don't you? I like that one too, just the way that sounds. Let yourself be silently drawn by the strange pull of what you really love. It will not lead you astray. Those are good. Those are very good quotes. I like those. I like that kind of stuff. That might be one of those ones where I have everybody that's on send me something that's near and dear to them and tell me the reason why they like it or enjoy that so much, or why that's their, you know, what they're looking for in a relationship, what they're looking for in life, what they're looking for in passion, what they're looking for in a job, like this quote that solidifies, or this feeling, or a story that solidifies that. Let me know and I'll read it. And then maybe I'll start doing that shit on Amazon, start reading shit on Amazon. I still need a coin too, would be a great birthday present. Well, then why don't you guys come up for the anniversary? We do our best in town, and I'll post it and I'll say, hey, we're going to be there during this time. If anybody has a coin, and see what we can do. Say it's your birthday, your guys' anniversaries. I'll say I'm helping you guys out. And who knows, maybe Bayman gives us a couple of hints. You know, we'll see what it is, you know. Just tuning in. It's in my mailbox right now. Wait, what? What's in your mailbox right now? I think I know where the Mikey coin is. I would love to find that one too. I tried to get an extra hint from Sean Astin, but he did not give me more than what he already said. Thank you guys for chiming on. Again, Friday night, no fucking filter, may just me going live for like 15 or 20 minutes that night, but we're not going to be doing the podcast. Throwback Thursday with myself and Daryl. And by the way, one of my friends, one of my very good friends, one of my very best friends, his name is Garrett, and he is actually going to facilitate and help us to make an actual intro that involves not only myself and Daryl, but hey, there could be some singing involved. We don't know yet. It could be something like that. You could hear this voice. No, probably not. But we'll see what we got to do. Oh, nice. The Explorers. Nice. And sitting in the mailbox. You got to pick that up. Don't let anybody take it. Good night, Trace. Good night, brother. Take care of that foot, man. To everybody else, Throwback Thursday, no fucking filter, will not be a podcast this week. It'll just be me maybe going live for about 15 or 20. Tomorrow night is going to be a Meet the Goonies night. And if other people can't get on, then I will take other people to come on as well. I may do that anyway. I may send invites out and say, hey, would you like to come on and talk a little bit about yourself? What makes you a Goonie? Let us get to know you a little bit. So be prepared for that if you want to. Not be prepared as in like I'm just going to bring you on, but be prepared as in I can send you that link. And last but not least, I will be on Jay Ryan's A Blockbuster Year on Wednesday at 6:00. We will be talking about the Explorers, and yeah, it should be good. It should be good. A good week. So anyway, you guys, please subscribe on my YouTube channel to support myself and Daryl for the Fancast. Fancast at, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna put it into the chat in the bottom again. So it's Fancast DMJ. And I just need people to subscribe. That's it. You don't even have to watch us through there or anything, but you also can watch us through like your TV and stuff. You know, if you chime into YouTube, you can watch us through there. And that's all I got. So thank you guys for coming on here and making my night, because this really did make my night a lot better. And I appreciate you guys all. And on that note, Eleanor Roosevelt, no one can make you feel inferior without your consent. Don't give someone else the power over who you are. Right? I like that. I like that very much. So please follow Fan-Cast-DMJ on YouTube. Also, follow Dustin-Mario-Johnson on Facebook and TikTok and Instagram. And we have a Fan-Cast page on Facebook as well. And I will be making a group called Warrior Health. Warrior Health, and I will blast the shit out of that. Also, for those that are in here, I am going to be making a Goonies 41st Short Circuit 40th group for people to be able to talk and be a part of that as well. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for chiming in. And I appreciate everybody that reached out and supported me and this. So thank you.